If you ever took a trade where your emotion took over your game plan, this video is for you. So let's get into it. Most traders don't fail because of bad strategy. They fail because of their own emotions. You can have the best strategy in the world. If your emotions control you, then most likely you're gonna blow your account. Today, I'll be exposing 5 emotional traps that destroy traders and how to avoid them. The first emotional trap that we're gonna talk about is FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. And most traders are really familiar with FOMO. So you pretty much see a stock like moving up, shooting up really crazy, and you feel like, oh man, I want to get in, it's going so far, and you're not in a trade, and you don't want to miss out. You decide to get in because you cannot wait for your right setup and entry to enter the trade so you can catch the trade. Now you end up taking the trade at the top, and you just reverse and it crash on you. Does it sound familiar? Most traders actually deal with that. They see a stock in strength, and they cannot wait, and they want to be part of their rally to make money, and they end up buying at the worst moment because they actually buy based on emotion. And one of the easiest way to actually deal with FOMO is simply stick to your trading plan, not your emotion. Your trading plan will be your guide to where you're gonna enter, how you're gonna enter, and where you're gonna be exiting the trade. And guess what? If you miss a trade, so what? The market is not going anywhere. And this is what I always say to my students. A missed trade is always better than a bad trade. Let's talk about emotional trap number 2. Greed. So most traders have a problem with greed for big wins. They want to actually make the most money they can. Of course, everybody wants to make money, but greed can be a really dangerous emotion for a trader. So let's talk about a common scenario where greed play a major role. So have you ever been in a trade where you pretty much greed? So let's say, for example, you up about like 400, and you say, you know what, I want to be up a little bit more, maybe like for 400 to 500, so it looks like a nice number, so I can take profit. And then by the time you realize the market reverse on you, so now you go from a profit of 400 to like 300, and you're like, you know what, I want to go back to 400. When it gets there, I'm just gonna get out. And that whole cycle just end up where the market tends to actually reverse, and you end up giving all the profit back. And if you're not disciplined enough, you even lose way more than you were supposed to. And this scenario really sucks for traders. And the easiest way to actually deal with greed is simply to take profit when planned. Don't let greed come and just steal your gains. And you have to remember, in the stock market, you can actually have an entry and an exit where it's so perfect, where you catch the whole move. That actually happens really early. You have to understand that small and consistent wins are way better than just taking a one big loss. So if you can focus on taking small and consistent wins, that will be way better than try to catch like one trade that you think that can change your whole life. And the thing about the stock market is, as you actually take some trade, smaller gains, you tend to also have random big winners, because you cannot predict the big winner. You cannot force the market to give you a big win. But what you can do, you can actually follow your plan and take your wins when you hit your profit target. Take that and you do that in a consistent manner, and you'll see your account balance compound over time. All you need to do is to secure the bag and just move on. You do that over again, you're gonna see great profit over time. So now let's talk about emotion trap number 3. And this is one of the critical emotions for a trader. This emotion is called fear. So fear of losing is one of the big issues for traders. So I usually hear some traders, usually new traders as well, saying, oh, I just wanted to have a trade out of my game plan. I wanted to enter, but I was scared, so I didn't take a trade, and now they can see the stock going according to the game plan. But guess what? Not trading is also losing, right? Losing opportunities. Because if you took your time to actually have a game plan, and you actually see, okay, this trade has the potential, even if you're scared, you just take the trade. And if you take a trade, it's all about having your risk set up and trying to follow your game plan, where your risks are pretty much controlled. The reason why you're scared is lack of confidence, but also you think like every trade you take, you need to be a winner. No, that's not how you should be seeing the market. You should see the market as an environment where your whole job is to identify the opportunity and place yourself in those opportunities so you have the potential to make profit. And that's what you need to do as a trader. So you need to deal with your fear, and you need to understand that trading is a risky business. And if you're not willing to actually risk some money to be able to make way more money, then you should not be trading in the first place. And this is how you overcome fear of losing in trading. You need to definitely accept losses. You actually understand even the best traders lose. Everybody lose. Nobody win 100% of the time. So learn to accept losses. The second part is, again, focus on risk management. You should never put yourself in a position where one single trade can destroy your trading account. That should never happen. Your goal is not to avoid losses. Your goal is to manage losses properly. Ooh, so this is one of the biggest one right here. So frustration after losses, which is actually can cause revenge trading. So it's like that. You take a loss and now you're angry. You jump back in trying to make back your losses. And now you end up losing even more capital. And this is revenge trading right here. And this is a killer. This right here will actually destroy your trading account if you're not careful with that. Trading based on frustration because you took a loss, that doesn't go pretty well, right? And I'm actually saying that from experience. You don't want to actually do that. But this is what you want to do. To simply avoid like revenge trading and frustration, if you feel frustrated after a loss, all you need to do when you're actually feeling those emotions, just step away. Step away if you took a bad loss or if you took an unplanned loss. Step away and come back later. And what you can do is to review your trade with a clear mind before jumping back in. Alright, so when you took a loss, don't just try to actually get back in and try to make the money back right away. You can actually take about a 5-10 minute to review that trade and see what's going on before getting to the next trade. Have a whole game plan and just decide to follow that game plan when entering the trade, not just like entering based on emotion, right? Because when you do that, you actually tend to be blindsided and you take a trade just to take a trade. Like, I want you to see it that way. Trading with frustration because you took a loss, it's like driving a car being hungry. It never ends well. So now let's talk about the final one, the fifth emotional trap every trader should avoid. And here we're going to be talking about overconfidence after a win. So it's like that you are in a winning streak, you feel untouchable. So because you be taking win after win, you now increase your risk because you feel overconfident because you took maybe 7 trades, will end up being a winner in a row. And guess what? In your next trade, when you decide to take a bigger risk, that's when the market comes and decide to humble you really quick. It is really interesting the way it actually happened. But I think like if you be trading long enough, you actually deal with that. And this right here can be really destructive if you don't really pay attention to how to actually handle this emotion. And one way to actually avoid overconfidence is to stick to your trading rules, even after big wins. And if you decide to increase your risk, increase your position size, you need to do it in a planned manner and in the most efficient way. You can never assume that the market will go your way because you feel confident. That's not how it works. Because guess what? The moment you think you master the market is when it teaches you a lesson you will never forget. So make sure you don't get over cocky when you take some winners trade. Make sure to stay disciplined to your trading rules so you don't get hammered by the market for no reason. So these 5 emotional traps destroy way more traders than actually bad strategies. And the secret to trading success already is be able to actually master your own emotion, be able to actually control them in the most efficient way that will help you to be profitable in the market. Now, tell me in the comment which emotional trap you actually struggle the most and let's talk about it. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more trading insight. Control your emotion, control your trading. See you in the next one.